Hello fam, welcome back to the African Diaspora News Channel. I am Wongel Zelalem. Today we're talking about Chinese men abandoning their African partners and their children. So, as you know, in recent years, there are a lot of Chinese companies being given contracts in African countries. And when these companies are being given this contract, they come with their Chinese employees. They rarely hire local talent. So when they bring their own people in the hundreds, sometimes in the thousands, and the contracts that are being given are for infrastructure, contracts that are being given to build malls and roads, and these are heavy projects, which means they bring a lot of labor, a lot of Chinese men specifically, mostly for the most part. So when these Chinese men travel to African countries, but today we're talking about specifically in Uganda because there's a foundation that has been created to protect these children that they have brought into this world and abandoned. But this happens in a lot of African countries that these Chinese men have lived for. So they go to that country, start a relationship, have a partner from that country, a Ugandan lady, an Ethiopian lady, a Kenyan lady, whichever country it is, and then they'll have children. But once their contract is over, because they're there to build something, it might take 2 years, it might take 5 years. Once they're done, they leave them behind without really looking back, without really wanting to do anything about that family that they've created, not worried about taking them back to China, or for most of them, they don't even support the kids and their partners financially. They just cut ties. And because of that reason, specifically in Uganda, there's a foundation that has been created to help those abandoned children. According to newvision.co.ug, a foundation is seeking to support abandoned Ugandan-born Chinese children. Eric Wang Foundation, a non-governmental charitable organization based in Kampala, has expressed interest in supporting the vulnerable Ugandan-born Chinese children by connecting them to their fathers to ensure they receive the care and support they need. The foundation director, Eric Wang, said they started the initiative after several reports that many Ugandan Chinese children were severely segregated by communities. Wang said, quote, "We first received a demeaning report that our colleagues' children who resembled us were being laughed at in society for lacking what to eat. Reports have surfaced of Chinese nationals abandoning their Ugandan partners and children after working on projects in Uganda." So this foundation aims to help the children that are currently struggling because their mothers can't really provide for them. And this foundation seeks to fill that gap. And the founder said that those communities are making fun of the Chinese kids, half Chinese kids, because they look different, right? They're half Chinese, half Ugandan, meaning they will be looking somewhere in the middle with a lighter skin tone, but a different eye shape or they look different. People can tell. And because of that reason and the fact that these kids don't have any fathers around, or they can't go to school because of their mother's situation, they've been abandoned, some people are making fun of them, according to the foundation. And it's pretty sad. And it's not, as I said, not just in Uganda. This happens across Africa, and it happens not just with the Chinese contractors. We've talked about how the British soldiers will start a relationship in Kenya specifically. Those that were in Kenya will have a partner, will have kids, and then they will leave them behind, never to look back, and there's no accountability. Just recently, the UK courts have allowed, I think, about 11 soldiers to reveal their identity, because up until this point, once they leave, they are cut off. The mothers are not allowed to even look for that man, because the British Army will protect those men in the name of privacy, right? So the UK court at least has allowed 11 of those men to reveal their identity so the kids can know their fathers and they can also take responsibility, which is really sad. This also should teach our women that you are not seen as an equal. If someone can create a life with you and leave you like that and never look back, never want to have a relationship with the kid, that tells you that they never respected that relationship in the first place. They never wanted to be with you. And I know it might be sad, but you have to learn, you have to understand the circumstance, because if it was a genuine relationship between the two of you, he wouldn't have left without really giving you any information where he'll be, or no timeline of when he's going to bring you back to his country, or he's going to move to your country. It's very sad, but that's the reality. Unfortunately, at least this foundation is trying to do something for these kids. Anyways, fam, let us know down below what your thoughts are about this. I am Wongel Zelalem. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.